Hi, I'm Stefanie Mosca. We're here at ComTel Plus in Orlando, Florida, and I'm joined today by Bill Cheek, President of Wholesale Operations for CenturyLink. Bill, how are you today?
Doing good, thank you very much.
Thank you for being here. So why don't we talk a little bit about the wholesale division of CenturyLink?
Sure, the wholesale division of CenturyLink has sales, service, and customer service associated with our wholesale products and services. That includes all of our network capabilities that we have, which is our interexchange carrier network. With the Quest acquisition, we picked up about 180,000 miles of network.
Wow.
With the legacy CenturyTel side and Embark side, when Embark was acquired, we have about 17,500 miles of network. So that puts us over 200,000 miles of network. Picked up a little bit more of Savvis, so we're about 210,000 miles of network. So we sell those capabilities and those features and functions to all of the customers around the country and hopefully internationally. We picked up some international routes as well.
Good. So you definitely have your in the market in a lot of different places. You mentioned the two acquisitions. What were the drivers behind those acquisitions?
CenturyTel, the legacy company that really was the foundation of CenturyLink as we know it today, was really built around acquisitions. It grew through acquisitions. Century Telephone started, of all things, in a bedroom. It started a bedroom in Oak Ridge, Louisiana. Mr. Clark Williams and his family started the company. He was given the company as a wedding gift. Of all things, he had the switchboard in his bedroom.
Quite a gift.
It was. He had the switchboard in his bedroom of his home, and he grew it over the years through some guiding principles of doing what's right for customers, really treating customers very fairly, honestly, and it had the vision on how to grow that business. Did it through acquisition, a number of acquisitions over the years. Bought small phone companies primarily, and then about 3 years ago bought Embark Corporation, which was spun off from Sprint. And that was where I came from. I was at Embark and ran the wholesale division at Embark, and formerly at that at Sprint. And more than doubled their size with that acquisition. Then when they purchased Quest, about a year later, Quest more than doubled the size again. So we went from a very small phone company to a phone company now of about 18.5 million lines, and all of that network that I described. Then just right when we finished the Quest acquisition, we're ready to close it, we announced a Savvis transaction, which got us into the managed hosting space, cloud computing, and some networks, some co-location, and data centers. So we have data centers now both domestically and some internationally as well. And that's a real opportunity to grow this business for the future.
Well, that's quite a story, and it's obvious that you guys have expanded quite a bit. So you have actually brought some news to the show this week.
Right, we have. We were selected based on feedback from our customers by Atlantic ACM in their annual customer service survey. Mm-hmm. We won 5 awards this year. We're very proud of that. And their Voice of the Customer Award. So they rated us best in class. Number of areas from provisioning, customer service, account reps, voice value, which is really something that is important to us because we do provide good quality service to our customers. Service to me is paramount. I've always told our team we provide really service and if we don't do that, we won't have customers. So when you think about it, we provide what the customer wants, where they want it, when they want it at a reasonable price, and that's what we tell our team to execute on. If they can do that, then we'll have the base of business that we need to grow our company.
So CenturyLink is immersed in a lot of different areas of the market. What can you talk about in terms of trends in the FTTC? I know that you guys are really focused on that.
Yeah, fiber to the cell has been a real focus for us. You're exactly right. We've been investing heavily for the last several years, but this has been a driving force year. By end of year this year, we'll have installed about 6,000, slightly fewer than 6,000 cell towers around the country for a number of providers. We're providing Ethernet, various flavors, EVPL, higher grade service, and also Ethernet over Sonic, depends on what the customer wants. And we're doing that over quite a time horizon. In other words, we're making a commitment. So we're signing long-term contracts for those. And we have about 40,000 cell sites nationwide. We'll have covered roughly 10,000 or so of those by end of year, so quite an opportunity remains. And as I said, it's an intense capital investment we're making, and it's one that you see a lot of companies doing as well, so we're not alone. A lot of competition for that space,
right.
But we think it's critical that we own the basic footprint that we have and the dial tone areas that we have, those cell sites that are in our footprint.
Now, in terms of fiber to the cell as well as Ethernet, I'm sure customers run into a lot of challenges along the way. How do your products and services address those challenges?
Well, number one is quality. We provide quality service. A lot of our areas are prone to what I call natural disasters, whether it be tornadoes, hurricanes, etc. Because the East Coast recently was hit by the hurricane. That's our service area, is in North Carolina, South Carolina, Virginia, New Jersey. A lot of those areas were impacted. We have the manpower behind our company able to respond to those outages when they occur and put our customers back in service. So we have some real advantages, we believe, over competitors in that regard. Plus, we have the technology in place that really sets us apart too. We can provide pretty much any flavor that the customer wants of the technology to provide fiber to the cell. And we've been very successful in doing so. So customers have come to trust us, rely on us, and hopefully will continue to do so as we go forward.
Well, it's definitely very impressive that you hit all sides of the market in that aspect. Is there anything else that we can look forward to in the near future from CenturyLink?
Yes, there is. As a matter of fact, we're working very diligently on a cloud-based wholesale product that we hope to have in the near future. We see the cloud as a way to really grow our business, as traditional landline phone companies are continuing to decline, and we're losing access lines as people cut the cord. Young people in particular maybe never had a landline phone, only had a cell phone.
Right.
So we're looking for ways to replace that lost revenue. One way to do it is through this managed hosting. I'm a firm believer that over time, a thin client type of an approach to the market will start to emerge. And by a thin client, the intelligence will be in the network. We own the network. We have a good solid network. And so instead of having all of those PCs with that computing power, you can actually have it in the cloud. So you don't have to have software updates all the time. You don't have to have security quite the way it is now. You can have that all resident in the cloud. And I think it's a more efficient model for customers, and I think that we're starting to see people migrate that way. You can look in the space and you see other companies have made similar acquisitions to what CenturyLink did. Most notably Verizon and one of their companies, they acquired Terramark. Very similarly situated company.
Sure.
And there's a lot, you can't pick up a publication these days with the Wall Street Journal, any of the trade press without seeing the cloud. And people are wanting to move things into the cloud, and I think that's a future that we really can execute on.
Well, we look forward to following CenturyLink as they expand and continue to grow.
All right, well, thank you.
Bill, thank you so much for being here today.
Well, thank you very much.